The number I want to talk about is the magical 108. The number 108. And before I go into it, I want to quickly explain that I have decoded all religion, all subjects like science and spirituality, astrology, parts of history for what they are truly worth. And today I want to give you insight into the journey I've been on so far and how it all started from several trans-dimensional UFO contact manifested from the higher realms of consciousness. A posh way of saying I've had several UFO contacts. I've had daily angelic contact and had synchronicities and messages and signs for the past few years, which has led me to this point. My awakening was unrivaled, and the experts who talk about these contacts and synchronicities, like the likes of Alan Watts and Carl Jung and many more, would be amazed at the level beyond I have gone. I am currently working on a book that has my whole journey and the decoding of all subjects, and you will say that my awakening is unrivaled. Now, if I say that to people, they say, oh yeah, of course, after thousands of years you've decoded it. Yep, and I've been shown it all, and even why I'm here at this time. I was genuinely given this information from the divine realms, and the reason is for what's coming and why we're seeing the acknowledgement eventually of interstellar life and UFOs, amongst many other things like the truths of Hollywood and all the discoveries being made and finally being released into mainstream media and TV. Today though, I want to give you a quick insight into how all subjects are one. They all come from source, and how history is a complete lie, and the number 108 is a huge doorway into these realms of truth. The number 108 is pivotal in all religions, in fact all subjects. In Christianity, 108 is a divine number from God. In Islam, 108 is a divine number from creation. In Judaism, 108 is divine. In Buddhism, it's the divine creation. In Buddhism, you have the 108 defilements. In Sikh tradition, you have the mala of 108 knots tied. In Hinduism, 108 and 1008 are divine doorways to the higher realms. And the mantra chants like Om, famous in meditation and yoga globally, they do this 108 times or 1008 times to open the gateway to Lord Shiva. Now, the cosmic dance of Lord Shiva, known as the Tandava, is 108 postures, and there are 108 gopis of Krishna. Each religion holding 108 as this divine gateway, and there are many more traditions and insights into the 108. And it just doesn't just stop in religion. We have spirituality, which of course interlinks all religion anyway, and 108 is a highly spiritual number. Then we have math. 108 is a Harshad number, divisible by the sum of its digits. And even the hit show Lost, where they spent 108 days on the island before leaving it, and they had to press the button every 108 minutes within the Dharma complex, which is obviously part of the Hindu beliefs. Now, for a long time, religions have denied astrology and planets as key to their religion, and even Vatican banning astrology back in the 50s. However, astrology shows a far greater picture. 108 can be noticed with the approximate relationships between the sun, the earth, the moon. What a coincidence. The diameter of the sun is 108 times the diameter of the earth. The distance from the sun to the earth is 108 times the diameter of the sun. The distance from earth to the moon is 108 times the diameter of the moon. So clearly, given 108 relationship between all subjects, show how they're all part of one source coming from the sun, the moon, the earth. Now, given that in religion you also have Israel, which translates literally to moon, sun, God, and Solomon, which translates to sun, the earth, the moon. And Egyptian mythology, you have Ra and Set, simply meaning sun rays and sunset. Let's not forget the symbols themselves, like Islam with the moon and the star. The cross and the Star of David both represent creation. It's how life is created, and Jesus being the light of the world, and each artwork with the sun in the background with Jesus, and his whole story of Mary and the star in the manger, turning the sun The shadowing the nebula story, which creates the star, which also turns into the son of creation, just like the Son of God. And given not only Jesus, but many before him share the birth story in the same script of the 12 apostles, the 12 tribes of Israel, 12 imams, 12 labors of Hercules, and so on. We have the 12 months, the 12 hours on a clock, 12 steps to Horus, 12 chakras. The carbon atom makes up 12% of us and is known as carbon 12 and stretches through all subjects. December being the 12th month, and Christmas and Jesus' birth, amongst all others like Mithras and Horus and all the mythologies, are born roughly the same time, completely symbolic of the arrival of the sun back from the winter equinox, showing that all religions and subjects are all interlinked behind the curtain. And for 108, the number 108, it seems the source behind all of the workings, and it's of the sun, the moon, the earth. However, as I've said, I've decoded things and I have been taken to source again, to creation where it's birthed. The nebula, being red and blue, eventually creates a star. And this star then turns into a sun, the natural process. Now the artwork going back centuries all contain red and blue. And it's even relevant in today, as I've done other videos on this showing how it's through all levels, cartoons, apps, the cars we use, logos, flags. This red and blue extends, we see police sirens, the outfits royals wear, we have hot and cold, we have magnetic. It's used in all, it's a creation of life, it is hydrogen. And it makes up the universe. And being number 1 on the periodic table, hydrogen makes up the universe. And what is the atomic weight of hydrogen? It is 1.008. So given the moon and the sun and the earth relationships based on 108, all religion, science, spirituality, math, even TV shows, it's at the creation of life, the universe, which is from source, which is hydrogen, 1.008. Now I've promised to show you how history is a lie, and again I don't want to give too much away because it's all in my book. But here you see artwork of Jesus in the manger and the star, and Mary as red and blue. Again, this is completely symbolic of the nebula and the process of creating the star and turning into the Son of God, which of course is the natural process from creation. And this theme extends through all artwork. In the wedding at Cana, known for Jesus turning water to wine, this artwork is by Paolo Veronese in the 1500s, shows Jesus in red and blue with the light behind him as the sun. He is centre stage, Jesus, the one. And hydrogen is also 1 on the periodic table. And what else was 108? The amount of elements on the periodic table itself, now of course being 118. This picture is of the periodic table, which wasn't discovered until 1864 by Mendeleev. Yet 300 years prior we have wedding at Cana. It's not just 1 or 2, it's nearly all artwork showing the red and the blue and the star, the sun, the light of the world and son of creation. It's not just artwork. Look at the flags. Here you see them, not only showcasing the colours, but also the journey itself to the star. We are told that things like science and discoveries were made at certain dates, but clearly they have been incorporated into artwork centuries ago. Now, given the Greeks knew about the atom, Egypt knew all about planets, and their whole mythologies are based on the brain. Hinduism knows the cycles of the sun and the yugas. It's very clear that what we are told today, they have known for thousands of years. And given religions like Christianity, which was formed after the Romans had invaded Egypt and took all of their hidden secrets, and the Romans had planets as gods themselves, knowing truth about planets, the forming of Christianity came after the Vatican came into possession of these ancient truths. There is no secret. The Vatican holds secrets, corridors of secrets. Even in the artwork creation of Adam, it shows how God is in the inside of the brain. Artwork like the birth of Venus, the Last Supper, shows these secrets of red and blue and the star and the sun central to it. So how is it given each religion holds 108 at such divine integral parts and levels, and given the relationships of the sun and the moon and the earth, and given this comes from the creation itself, it's very clear that history is a lie and all subjects come from one source. Religion, given the fact they have words like Israel and Solomon created what they have, it is all It is all based on the creation of planets, creation itself, and it's from the nebula to the star and the sun. Given the importance of 108 and the creation that runs through our work for centuries and religion for thousands of years, it's clear that these time periods had far greater knowledge than what we are told, and it runs through all subjects. As I've shown you, they include even in TV shows like Lost. Now, I've done many more videos in my book which shows the true nature of the Jesus crucifixion and Buddha. Then it's all in the brain as the optic chiasm. And given Jesus himself healed the blind, sight comes from the optic chiasm, which you can see here. And even the Egyptian knowledge of the brain and planets and creation, it's very clear that history is a lie. It's been kept secret. And the crucifixions you see here and where sight comes from, given this little Jesus person in our brain, which I'm showing you here, it has the 12 disciples around, which is the 12 cranial nerves. It doesn't take a genius to connect the dots. Once you see them, the problem is these dots have been hidden for a long time. In science, you have the 7 halogens and 7 diatomic atoms. These are also symbolic of the angels and the fallen angels. You know, archangels wore the halos. This is where halogens connect. We dismiss the idea of these things because we are taught in schools when our brains are sponges that previous civilizations are worse off than us. They are nowhere near on our level. And it's just simply not true. It is just a way to control and manipulate. 108 is divine number and a divine creation. It shows you the relationship between the sun, the moon, the earth. It comes from creation itself. Religion is undeniably based on planets and the creation of the nebula. That came first. Religion didn't come first and humans come first. Then we created the nebula. The nebula came first. All subjects are just different versions of the same story, all interlinked, and I have decoded it from the divine realms. I was given this to be shown. It's time for new truths. History is 90% misinformation. I am only touching the surface of the information I have been given. And please, if you like these types of stuff, please hit like, follow, do me a favour. I'm on YouTube, I've uploaded, try and get some hits on that.